Hello, it's Kalen Langley. We got Lab2 for ECE 275 digital design. We're going to be looking at these two Boolean expressions and seeing if they're equivalent or not and plotting them into um, Quartus and using Modelsim to run the simulation to check if our truth tables are correct. So I went ahead and took these two expressions, drew them out in a truth table here. Ran out of room on this first column, or I would have had them all on the same line, but we can look at them together here. But for F1 and A or B and C naught, and D or A and C naught, or B and D naught, we're solving for the values of F1 here. So went ahead and wrote out all the different iterations of the combinations between A, B, C, and D. We can ignore this column here. I'd just like to do extra work, I guess. I didn't really need it. And then I went ahead and solved for the rest of the expressions here. So we have starting in row 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 for F1. All right, now going down here, I kind of continued on from this row, and if you can kind of imagine just drawing an arrow this direction, solving for this half of F2, and then we'll throw it into the rest of what was already there because these first two variables did not change. All right, so to solve for F2, took C and D, solved for that from up here, then solved A or C and D, put it here, and then we did this whole group and then put it in the rest of the equation. So what we got is F2 is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So as we can see here, these functions are very, very close, especially down here in the later half, but they're not equivalent. I think we're missing two ones right up here for it to be equivalent to F1. Yep. Because from here down, they were both the same. So going over to Quartus, pretty much the same steps as last time. We built the project using the function block builder. And then once we drew all of our and or gates and all our wiring, we went ahead and created the VHD file. After we do this, we can go ahead and finish compiling and send it to Modelsim for testing. All right, let me pull up my truth table. I should still have it open up here just to show for demonstration. As we saw on the truth table, I went ahead and just put it in a notepad here just to make it easy as we're stepping through on Modelsim. As we said earlier, they were really close. It was right here where F1 and F2 deviated from one another, otherwise they would have been equivalent. But I'll start doing each sequence A, B, C, and D and proceeding down the truth table, looking for F1 and F2 in Modelsim. All right, starting with all zeros, we expect F1 and F2 to be 0. Starting with, or now going to D's 1. All right, we have D is 1. All are zeros. We're going to C1. C is 1. All are zeros. Now we're going to go to C and D, both ones. All right. C and D are 1. F1, F2 are 0. Okay, proceeding to B1. Here we're going to get our first output on F1. So B1, we're looking for that guy. There we go. B1, all other variables are 0. And we do have 1 on F1. Now we're going to go to B1, D1. B1, D1, F1, and now F2 are on. Going to BC, both ones. Should expect F1 to be 1 and F2 to be a 0. Close. Yep. BC are 1, F1 is 1, F2 is 0. Now we're looking for BCD to be 1s, and F1 and F2 should be 0 on BCD. Yep. BCD, F1, F2, 0, 0. All right, and then from here on out, the rest of the expressions should mirror one another. So F1 and F2 should always be the same from here on out. Okay, and then picking back up where we left off, we had BCD. Now we're going to A. A's on, everything else is off. All right, sorry that took so long. There we go. A is 1, BCD are 0s. And look, F1 and F2 are both on. Now we're looking for AD to be 1s. A and D are 1. F1 and F2 are both 1. F1 and F2 are going to be 0 with A and C. All right, A and C. F1 and F2 are 0. And F1 and F2 are going to be 1s from here on out. So 1, 0, 1, 1 for A, B, C, D. One, 0, 1, 1. And a 1 and a 1. 1, 1, 0, 0. 1, 1, 0, 0. And 1, 1, 1 for F1 and F2. 1, 1, 0, 1. 1, 1, 0, 1. And a 1 and 1. ABCD is 1, 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 1, 0, and a 1 and 1. And lastly, they're all on. A, B, C, and D. All on, and F1 and F2 are on. All right, thank you.